Be honest with yourself real quick. You want to be ripped. You want to be that dude that comes into class and his arms pop out his shirt. But between your classes, your homework, your exams, and even, trigger warning, having a job, it takes tons of commitment and time to do all these different things. But it's not impossible, because you just need the right workout split for you. Which is why in this video, I'm going to break down 3 different workout splits with their pros and cons and see which one is going to fit the best for you as a student. But before we do that, I'm going to show you why this isn't impossible. Because I'm living proof that it's not. I'm not just some random dude on the internet talking about workout splits. Most of my growth in the gym came whilst I was in school. During my studies, I went from looking like this to looking like this by the time I finished school. And if there's one thing I learned whilst doing this, your biggest enemy isn't a lack of motivation. Because I know that school can be rough sometimes. It is a lack of time and recovery. Which is why for myself, I found a pretty decent split in my crazy and unpredictable schedule. I didn't die of having no energy, I still got good grades, and you can see here, I got some pretty decent results in the gym too. So without further ado, let's get into the first workout split of this video. And that is a push-pull legs. And if you've been to the gym before, there's a chance you've probably heard of this split before. It itself is self-explanatory. You start off with a push day, which is your chest, your shoulders, and your triceps. Move on to a pull day, which is your back and biceps. And finally, finish off with some legs, and I like to do abs as well. I'm not gonna lie, this isn't a bad split at all. I love push-pull legs. Running it as a 3-day split gives you a bunch of variety. If you've got to skip the gym one day, you've still got 4 other days where you can still go and get that workout done. You're also hitting every muscle group during the week, which is the key for a good split. And it's really straightforward and really good for progression. You're doing the same exercises every week, so it's easier to add weight and add reps every single week. But just like every split, there's gonna be some cons. To get the best out of push-pull legs, most people do this twice in a week. So that means they'll only have 1 rest day, which is not enough for recovery, especially once you're in school. So if you're trying to do this and go 6 days a week, and your sleep and nutrition isn't there, plus trying to balance your studies, most people in school are going to fail here. Now, another concern I have for this split is underdevelopment of your arms. Now, I tried this split myself when I was in school, and I'm not going to lie, it's great for your chest, your back, and your legs. But your arms just kind of get thrown to the side. Because if you think about it, you're kind of just chucking a few random bicep and tricep exercises at the end of your sessions, and they're not going to get the most growth compared to your chest and back, which you do at the start. Because by the end, your arms are already going to feel tired. You're not going to be able to target your arms as well as if they had their own day. And to be honest, my arm growth doubled as soon as I incorporated an arm day into my split. So my overall verdict, push-pull legs is not bad at all. But if you got quite a busy schedule, you may struggle a little bit. But on to the next one. The next split we got is an upper-lower split. You start off with shock, an upper body day, and then you finish with a lower day. So it's usually done 4 days a week, which I do think is quite optimal for students. Because unlike push-pull legs, you're gonna hit every single muscle group twice a week. And obviously, unless you're doing PPL 6 days a week, this is gonna be better. It's also, again, very flexible. If you miss a day, then you've still got 3 other days in the week that you can still go and get a workout in. But just like every split, it's gonna have its downsides. Those upper days are gonna feel long. And I mean long. You gotta train your chest, your back, your shoulders, your arms, all in one session. And some students don't have the most time to be doing long sessions after school. You also gotta be careful which exercises you choose. Doing too much volume can cause you to fatigue way too quickly. And also, this is just my opinion. Depending on what your goals are, I wouldn't want to do 2 leg days out of my 4 gym days during the week. But overall, if you're in school, this isn't that bad of a split. Now, the final split we're going to be looking at this video is a bro split. Yeah, it's not my favorite. What the bro split is just hitting 1 muscle group every day. So it could be Monday, chest day, Tuesday, back day, Wednesday, arm day, Thursday, leg day, and so on. You get the memo. The split ain't that bad. It does have its pros. It's quite easy to understand. The workouts aren't going to be as long compared to an upper-lower split because you're only training 1 muscle group. And if you love training one specific muscle group hard as fuck, then go for it. But here's where the cons come in. You gotta go to the gym at least 5 to 6 days a week, which isn't impossible, but it might not be the best if you're trying to balance your studying and your recovery as well. Another downside to this, if you get like a random exam pop up and you've got to skip a day of the gym, then you're gonna have to wait a whole nother week to train that muscle group again. Look, I'm not gonna lie. Unless you got a bunch of free time, then I wouldn't recommend doing this split. I also think there's just a bunch of other better splits out there if you've got the time. Alright, so we've covered 3 main splits that you've got in the gym. So you're probably thinking to yourself, which one should you do? I don't know. I'm kidding. But I'm not. The choice of what split you're gonna do is gonna come down to you. It's gonna come down to you, your schedule, how quick you can recover, and just overall what you enjoy. If you want my honest opinion, when I was back in school, I did an upper-lower split. That way I could prioritize what I want to do, get in enough recovery, and still focus on my studying. So now you know the pros and cons of all these different splits. Try them out. See which one you enjoy the most, what you think is going to cause the most muscle growth for you, and just stick to it consistently. And by the end of the school year, you'll be the buffest in class. If you want to see a part 2 of this video filled with more splits, let me know in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to like and subscribe. Even one singular subscriber is really going to help. Thank you boys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Adios.